who okay, you read that verse. Okay, please, you read that verse. As I mentioned the verse, those who have Bibles, you read, because interpreting the verse becomes hard. It is Isaiah 60, verse 21. Those who are righteousness will be given the world. Up to the end of the world. They will be the branch that God planted, the work of my hands. For that matter, therefore, the small will subdue in among the thousands. The law will become a nation. Me, I, the Lord, will make everything being fulfilled. It means everything has its time, and God is the one who will fulfill it. I'm going to read in this book of 425 the work of this angel that is uniting on the power or to the third angel's message. The great work which is supposed to be before the people, the one that can save them, it should be fulfilled. It is the way that was prepared by God. It is the way that some way destroys the mind. If there is no the way how to destruction of the brain, people could not be moving naked when they are rich. People could not sell sins or evils. Much man of the nation of 90% should not be used in wars, and yet others are poor. The enemy could not be your brother, could not be your father, could not be your child, could not be your wife. That is the great destruction. So the intention of such a message, it is to come and to remove that kind of destruction in the brain. That message has the power to revive the life of a person. The message, the image of God should come again in person. That is the remedy of God. That is the message that should overcome the misunderstandings of the world. It is the message that unites everyone. That is the kind of the message that is this angel should come with the brightness.
L'œuvre qui consiste à proclamer ces vérités au monde est celle du message du troisième ange. Kandi koko ibigomba ugomba kububwiriza ni marayika wa gatatu.
And indeed, the one who to proclaim such a message is the third angels.
Ariko ntiyabubwiriza yacogoye ahubwo akeneye indi mbaraga imukangura yitwa marayika ukomeye.
And he cannot proclaim this message when he's weak. He need another power from the other angel we mentioned of. And when this message is proclaimed, the whole world should be full of his brightness. And when it is being preached, all darkness should go away from the brain.
Le Seigneur se propose de faire de sa proclamation de ce message l'œuvre la plus élevée et la plus grandiose qui soit au monde à l'époque actuelle. Imana yarabiteganije.
God planned that. For the proclamation of this message, it will go above and it will stand firmly on this world in these last days. God planned that He will bring it up and it will be holding firmly and the world will receive it. That's why this angel has much brightness to bring the people together. Will make them good people and will unite them and will remove every kind of evil in their brain, and the whole world will be full of his brightness. We are continuing. When he came on this world, the whole earth was filled of his brightness. When I saw the angel, I saw his brightness filling in all corners of the world. I don't have time to explain how his brightness goes into all the corners of the world. I will ask you. I will ask you, those who have so far moved these very many, who like moving with cars and aeroplanes, do you see people moving, taking water or taking alcohol? Do you think where did they learn it from? That's why they are saying that's where the brightness will be going into the whole of the world. They know very many things what they can do. Those who have ever reached in these modern restaurants, you come to find that those people who did not manage to leave meat, but sometimes they tell them to eat onions and others and raw food. I wanted to show you that the brightness of this angel will be received. So when he came down from heaven, so the whole world was full of his brightness. As I saw his brightness was filled in the whole world. I heard him saying with a loud voice. The voice cried.
Avuga yitonze cyane ngo eletombe Babylone la grande. Aravuga ati iraguye Babylone ikomeye.
He announced the words that the Babylon is fallen, the Babylon is fallen.
Kubumva ururimi,
those who hear who understand the language,
ntabwo ariko byanditse.
What we are saying in the Kinyarwanda language, that's not the way how it is written.
Kuko yaba tuvuze aravuze ngo eletombe ubwo ni nkavuga ngo twebwe tuvuga ngo iraguye ngo tuvuze ngo iritombe ariko yaravuga ngo eletombe.
Here they are mentioning that Babylon is fallen, Babylon is fallen.
Ntabwo abantu benshi cyane bajya bumva iryo jambo icyo rivuze.
Very many people don't understand the meaning of the word.
Marayika ukomeye abayeho Babyloni yaraguye, ntabwo abayeho igiye kugwa cyangwa iri kugwa.
The great angel is here, is there when the Babylon has already fallen.
Ndaza ko muraza gusanga mubizi namwe.
You will also to know, you will come to understand that you also know
bari kuyiburira ngo itagwa.
The great angel is not warning that it should not fall.
Ntabwo ari kubwira abantu ngo iri kugwa.
He is not telling people that it is falling.
Bari kubabwira ngo Babyloni yagize ite.
He is telling people that Babylon is already fallen.
Bitewe nuko dufite abigisha benshi cyane abari bashya bamwe.
Because you have very many preachers, others are still new.
Uyu mumarayika bubaho ariko bwarigeze buvugwa n'ubundi marayika wa kabiri.
This message of this angel is there, but it is ever there, and it was spoken by the second angel.
Marayika wa kabiri avuga kugwa kwa Babuloni nk'umudugudu.
The second angel's message is talking of the falling of Babylon as a great city. The great Babylon is also and you know the time when this angel is falling. Babylon as the great city
na madini ya giprotestanti yanzu ubutumwa bwa mirere nubwo abadventiste mu 1844 kujana hasi.
It is the Protestant churches that has refused the angels the message of William Miller,
ariko ku mugabane wa Amerika gusa,
but on the American continent. This is the great city. By the whole world, Catholic, others that unites Catholic, and all the states uniting to confirm the Sunday law enforcement. That kind of fallen is called the great because the great people on the earth are also included. When this angel saw the three things uniting themselves, mentioned of the great Babylon is fallen.
Papa akizi urugumba mu 1929.
When the beast when the wound of the beast was healed in the year 1929, when the nation is united, the religion is also united. When the church council united, the angel mentioning the great Babylon is fallen. This is mentioned in Revelation chapter 16 verse 13. I saw in the mouth of the dragon, in the mouth of the beast, in the mouth of the false prophet, three spirits of like a frog. These evil spirits of the frog, they are explaining in chapter 14 that it is the evil spirits of demons. That's one. Making wonders. That is the second. He unites with the great of the world. That is the third. And is calling them to come and fight on the day of the Lord. These three things uniting themselves, supporting the Babylon. Babylon is fallen when it is, but it is great. That's why this angel, he did not fear to mention the fall of Babylon.
kuko iba icumbi ry'abadayimoni
because
ubwo ari kuvuga ari guhamya
it is a place of demons,
repere tout esprit impure akaba icumbi ry'imyuka yose mibi,
the place of evil spirits,
repere de tout oiseau impure akaba rero ariho naho ashakirwa ibisigwa bibi,
and the evil of the
kandi bizira.
yes.
ngo basome ibyo byiza ko numva.
You will read that verse. I'm very sorry.
Kuko nibwo buryo bwiza bwo kumva neza ibishatse kuvuga. Marayika,
this angel,
le message proclamé la chute de Babylone donné par le second ange est ainsi répété par les mentions additionnelles de la corruption qui a envahi les églises à partir de 1844. Ati ubutumwa bw'iyamamazwa ryo kugwa kwa Babuloni byavuzwe na Marayika wa kabiri.
The proclamation of the second message of the fall of Babylon,
risubiwemo hongereweho amabi n'ibibi byinjiye mu matorero uhereye mu 1844.
it is being repeated because of the evils that entered in during the 1844.
Kuba byumva ubwo niho hateye ubwoba kuko uyu mumarayika we avuze n'amabi ariko adahereye kure ahubwo ahereye mu 1844.
For those who understand it properly, they understand that this message of these angels we are reading is talking of the evils starting from the year 1844.
Amabi arimo ndibura ndavuga arindwi.
All evils that are included, I will mention of 7.
Bafite ikosa rya mbere buri dini ryose rifite umukuru waryo kwisi.
They have one wrong which every religion has at least one head of the church.
Buri dini ryose rifite icyicaro gikomeye ku isi kandi gikuru.
Every religion has a headquarter.
Gatatu.
Third,
buri mukozi wese wemewe muri iryo dini agomba kubikora ahembwa.
Every worker in that religion has to be given a salary, a monthly salary.
Buri dini ryose rigira gahunda cyangwa se kanuni za kanisa cyangwa se gahunda y'itorero ngenderwaho.
Every religion has a church creed.
Noneho kubw'ibyo ku ngingo ya gatanu,
for that matter therefore on the fifth,
bagira ububiko bukuru bw'amafaranga y'abizera babo.
They have a bank account.
Gatandatu,
the sixth,
nuko buri dini ryose rigomba kuba rifite aho rihurira nandi kugira ngo be guhinduka abanze ahubwo banyuranye mu myemerere ariko bahuze mu kutarwanyana.
Every religion should meet at least with another religion such that they should not misunderstand, however much they might be having different beliefs, but they should not misunderstand in preaching.
Igiheruka nuko buri dini ryose rigomba kuba rifite aho ryiyungiye na leta kugira ngo bumvikane.
The last one as the seventh, every religion should unite with the state or the government.
Icyo nicyo marayika ukomeye aje kuvuga ngo ni ibyaha byinjiye.
That's why the angel, the great angel, is mentioning of the evil that entered.
Ntabwo bivuze ngo nabizera basinda barwana batukana ibyo byose biboneka hose ku isi.
The angel is not mentioning of the people who fight, who do these common evils.
Yarangiza ibyo nibyo mu byashiwe 14.
That's why in Revelation chapter 14,
umurongo wa 4 no wa 5,
verse 4 to 5,
hatubwira ngo ntabwo abasigaye bazanduzwa n'abagore.
That's why they are mentioning that those who remain will not be, the remnant church will not be destroyed by the women.
No, kubw'ibyo,
for that matter,
ubwo batazanduzwa n'abagore,
because they will not be destroyed by the women,
nta mukuru w'abandi bazaba bafite.
The remnant church will not be having a great.
Bazakorera mu mpano kandi bubahanye.
They will work through talents and they will work through talents.
yarangiza bya bindi birindwi nta na kimwe kizabafata kuko ariyo myanda y'abagore.
The other 7 we mentioned, nothing will tackle them.
Umuntu wese uzabukorera Imana azabakora ariko adahembesha.
The one who will be working for God will not demand a monthly salary.
Ntibazaba bafite umukuru utanga ibitekerezo kuri bose.
They will not be having a headquarter who is a head of above, who will be giving things to follow.
Nta cyicaro gikuru bazaba bafite.
They will not be having a headquarter.
Kandi ntabwo bazaba bafite ububiko kuko buri toro ryose riraryibike kandi rifite abadiyakoni basabwa gukora ahantu habiri, gutabara umukene wo muri ryo no kunganira ivuga butumwa imbere.
And they will not be having a bank account because every church should be having a deacon who could keep that church fund. They will not also unite into a church council because that church council, it is the image of the beast. Then when Jesus was going to heaven, telling the disciples that I have been given the all powers, go and teach the all nations. Because they did not take They cannot go and require the permission to go and work with the earth. Let me ask you, this one has received us. Can we go to request his wife that you receive us? You answer me. Then God is sending also Jesus, go and teach the whole world. I'm giving all the powers. And you also, for people to accept God, let me go and request the government. If they overcome the state or the government, you also go to be overcome. If they don't have power, it's okay, you leave it. I think you understand. God has all the powers.
Niba nakubwira barakubwira ngo ni ijambo rikomeye aho bakubwira ngo Imana irahaguruka ibwira abamarika bafashe byagende ko mwe muyifashe.
God is telling the angels who are holding the winds that hold them.
Tubanze dushirike imenyetso mu ruhanga rw'imbatazi Imana yacu mwe muyifashe.
Let us first put a sign on our people.
Iyo ni imiyaga ya politike, ni imiyaga y'amoko, ni imiyaga y'abanyamafaranga, ni imiyaga y'ibihugu bihigana imbaraga igomba gufatwa tukabanza gushyirwa ikimenyetso cy'Imana. Stop.
This is the winds of politics, the evils of money and the great. All those should be held by God, such that the people of God should be put on a seal.
Imana bari mu by'Imana bahahamurwa nuko iby'Imana bigwanyijwe. Ahubwo wowe ubirimo ni wowe ugira ubwoba bwawe ko watuma bipfira muri wowe no mu Mana mu isi no ntago byapfa.
To God, his words are ever stand fast.
Ahubwo nukureba ngo muri wowe bitagira bite.
But within you need to check whether the words of God are within you.
Imana ni urahinyurira uzayire.
If God fails where to pass, you leave him. Do you think God will fail where to pass?
Oh, yeah.
It is impossible. You come back.
L'œuvre de cet ange vient seconder celle du troisième message. Au moment où sa proclamation devient un grand cri.
The work of this angel, it came to eliminate the third angel. The message of this angel came to support on the third angel's message, sometimes the SDA tells us that we are Ace Church. I would like to ask you, do you think that I was born when I have a gray hair? When I grew gray hair, did they change my name? I'm the one growing old. At first I was a baby. I grew up. When I grew to adolescent, I was still the same. The remnant church was not born in the last days. It is through this angel is coming to support the third angel's message, such that his message becomes a loud voice cry. This message unites with the third angel's message such that the message should continue. These people who are supposed to teach the gospel, again it is in Psalms 84 verse 5. You read from there. Happy are those who have roads in the hearts of roads of Zion. Verse 7, they will increase their power. I mentioned of the third angel's message. The great angel also I mentioned. So I'm going to mention those who will unite with that angel. Let us see.
Le peuple de Dieu est ainsi préparé pour triompher à l'ère de la tentation qu'il doit bientôt affronter.
The people of God,
le peuple de Dieu,
the people of God
est ainsi préparé pour triompher à l'ère de la tentation qu'il doit bientôt affronter.
They are going to be prepared to meet the temptations. They are supposed to be prepared to meet the great temptations.
J'ai vu ces deux anges environnés d'une grande lumière, proclamant sans crainte le message du troisième ange. Nabonye aba bamarayika bombi. Abahe?
I saw the two angels. Tell me those which angels?
Uwa gatatu n'uwa marayika ukomeye nabonye bombi bagize bate.
I saw the two angels, and these two angels, it is the third angel's message and the great angel.
Nukuvuga ngo marayika wa gatatu yahuye na marayika ukomeye.
The third angel is uniting with the great angel.
Ariko marayika ukomeye nawe ntiyari kurangiza ibye yatiyunga na marayika wa gatatu.
And the great angel could not also fulfill his mission, and yet he unites with that of third angel's message.
Ibintu bitatu bikomeye byo guhuzwa.
There are three great things that are supposed to be united. It is the last warning that is supposed to be given to the world. It is to show the sins of Babylon. It is the goodness of those people who are supposed to preach. Then it becomes a loud voice cry. When it becomes a loud voice cry, they preach without fear. They preach the third angel's message without fear. Follow this, brethren.
D'autres anges furent envoyés pour seconder l'ange puissant descendu du ciel. Nagiye kubona
I saw then I saw then other angels uniting with the other great angel.
Ukomeye yiyunze nande?
The great angel united with the third angel.
Aba bandi bo biyunze na marayika.
The other angels are uniting with the great angel.
Nicyo gituma duhaguruka ntitubwirize iby'abadive.
That's why when we wake up, we don't preach of the SDA.
Ahubwo twebwe tukabwiriza ivugurura n'ubugorozi.
Instead, we preach revive and reformation.
Uko twahamagara gufatanya n'uwo ugize ute? Ukomeye.
Because we were called to unite with the great angel.
Wakongera kaza gafatanya n'ibitabo byo amarika wa gatatu.
He's uniting with the books of the third angel's message.
Twebwe tukiyunga nawe.
Then we unite with him.
Bakubwira ngo mbe none ko mu bitabo hembera ko abapastor bahembwa mwebwe biti.
Then they tell you that why the books mentions of the third of the workers. How about you?
Mukababwira ngo ku rufatiro rwa Yesu nuwo mu muryango wa Yuda ntabwo ari wo mu muryango wa Lewi. Abatambyi bahembwe bararangije hinjamwe abadahembwa.
You answers on the foundations of Jesus in the generation of Judah there was no salary.
Burya amateka agenga ubutambyi yahindutse ubwo n'ubutambyi nabwo bugira bute burahera.
When the priesthood was changed, everything was changed.
Cyo gihe habaga umutambyi mukuru twebwe dufite ninde?
Yes. By then there was a priest, a great priest, but today a great priest we have is Jesus.
D'autres anges furent envoyés pour seconder l'ange puissant descendre du ciel. Nabonye abandi bamarika bamanuka maze abandi bamarika biyunga n'uwo mumarika ukomeye wari ufite ubutware bukomeye.
I saw other angels uniting with the great angel.
J'entendis des voix qui semblaient résonner partout. Niho numvishije amajwi yasaga navugira hose ku isi.
That's when I heard very many voices in different corners of the world.
Diza baravugaga bati.
They could say,
sortez des milliardaires mon peuple, bwoko bwanjye ni muisoke.
Get out my people from Babylon. Because of the time we have, I will just mention it when I'm ending. Listen this great thing. The third angel's message is if someone worships a beast. If anyone worships a beast, the great angel is mentioning the Babylon is fallen, Babylon is fallen. The angels uniting with the great angel, my people get out from. Everyone has his own mission. When you talk of the third angel's message, you need to talk on the beast. When you are warning against Babylon, you talk of the great angel. The other angels uniting with the great angel are saying, get out from those are the things that I'm going to talk about, then I finally end. In the book of Patriarchs and Prophets,
page yacyo ya 300 chapitre yo bita apostasie au bord du Jourdain. Noneho ni cya 41.
Chapter
41.
Chapter 41. You read from there.
Harimo amagambo menshi cyane.
There are very many words.
437 niho nsoma.
437.
À mesure que le peuple de Dieu approche de la fin des temps, uko ubwoko bw'Imana bushaka gusatira iherezo ry'ibihe.
As the people, as the God's people reach the the end,
qu'il arrive sur le seuil de la Canaan céleste, ukaba urushaho gusatira Kanani yo mu ijuru.
as they are reaching Canaan,
Il voit comme autrefois Satan redoublait d'efforts pour l'empêcher d'entrer dans la terre promise. Barabona Satana kuba umuhati mo kabiri.
Satan is doubling his effort.
Cyangwa sa kuba kabiri umuhati we.
Satan is doubling his zeal.
Kugira ngo ate abuze ubwoko bw'Imana kwinjira mu gigo cy'isezerano.
For him to stop God's people to reach in the promised land.
Araturuka mu bukene, agaturuka mu ntambara, agaturuka mu ngwara, agaturuka mu mwiryane, ariko kugira ngo abuze abantu kwinjira mu gihugu cy'iki.
Satan passes on poverty on different corners of this world such that God's people should not reach the promised land.
S'attendre à trouver ses pièges sous ses pas. Buri wese muri twe niyitegure ko azabona umutego wa Satani mu ntambwe ze.
Everyone should prepare will meet Satan's encounterment on his behalf.
Bamwe azabatega abagore b'abandi, abandi abatega babo.
Others will be meeting people's wives, others their own wives.
Abandi batega indwara, abandi batega ubukene, abandi batega guhunga, abandi batega moko, byanze bikunze buri wese azabona umutego mu ntambwe.
Others will meet sickness, others tribalism. Everyone will meet his own.
Ce ne sont pas des ignorants ou des âmes inquiètes, ntabwo azaba ari abaswa cyangwa se abatarize cyane gusa.
They will not be ignorant people.
Qui seulement qui ont besoin d'être sur les gardes, bazasabwa kuba maso.
Who will stand to be watch.
L'ennemi étale ses tentations jusque devant ceux qui occupent les plus hautes fonctions dans l'église. Satani yamaze gutegura imitego.
Satan prepared the temptations.
Yarangiza no ndetse n'imbere y'abafite imyanya yo hejuru mu itorero.
Even those who have high positions in the church.
Car c'est que s'il peut les amener à lui vendre leur âme, Satan azi neza ati aba bayoboye abandi bemeye kungurisha imitima yabo.
Satan knows that if these people who are leading others, if they sell their hearts,
il pourra les employer pour en perdre un grand nombre. Azi ko Satani ayiyambaje abayoboye abandi azazimiza umubare munini.
Satan knows if he overcomes these very ones who are leading others, very many people will go to hell.
Muretse no kujya mu yandi madini tuvuga ko yaguye kandi tuzi ko yaguye tukaba tubabeshye mu yaciyo mubona ari abizera bateje ibibazo cyangwa abayoboye ni bateje ibibazo.
When we mention of the foreign religions, not only that, if even ours, don't you see that those people who are standing in high positions in the churches are the one bringing chaos in the churches?
Satani azatega buri muntu wese.
Satan will encounter everyone.
Nahera ku bayoboye abandi azazimiza umubare munini.
Because he knows that if he begins from these very leading people, will
c'est en se joignant aux idolâtres et en s'associant à leur divertissement que les Hébreux avaient oublié la loi de Dieu. Ubwo abaheburayo biyungaga n'abasenga ibigomana bakifatanya n'abapagani no mu birangaza byabo bibagiwe amategeko y'Imana.
When the Hebrews united with the idolaters, they forgotten the laws of God.
Même aujourd'hui, c'est un incitant de quelques disciples de Jésus à s'associer avec le monde. Na n'ubu niko bimeze.
Even today, that's how it is. When the servants of God unites with the world, they go in their amusements. When the Christians unite with the world in their amusements, that's where Satan gets a chance of making them fall into sins. That's where the word saying, come out from those. So there is a coming out from the religions, even coming out from the amusements of the world. I think we are together.
Dieu demande aujourd'hui à son peuple de se distinguer aussi nettement du monde. Imana iri gusaba ubwoko bwayo.
God demands his people being attention.
Bitandukanye mu buryo busobanutse n'isi.
They should separate them from the world.
De se coutume batandukane n'imigenzo y'isi.
They come out from the worldly customs.
De ses habitudes bitandukanye n'akamenyero kayo.
They should come out from the habits of the world.
De ses principes n'amahame agenga isi batandukane nayo.
Even the principles that rules the world.
Ntabwo ari kuva mu madini gusa.
It is not coming out from the religions.
Abantu nibave tandukane n'isi mu buryo busobanutse.
Should come out from the world in an understanding manner.
N'imigenzo yayo.
In their customs.
Batandukane n'akamenyero kayo.
In their habits.
N'amahame yigenga.
And even the principles that governs it.
Il suffira que les enfants de Dieu, il suffira aux enfants de Dieu de suivre les enseignements de sa parole. Kugira ngo bizagerweho.
For that one to be achieved.
Arakubwiye ngo nta kindi abana b'Imana bazakora kiretse kugendera ku mabwiriza y'ibwavuzwe n'Imana.
Nothing should be followed except the principles of God.
Ijwi rirenga niryo.
So the loud voice cry is that one.
Kuva mu madini.
It is getting out from the religions.
Abantu bagasohoka mu isi.
People come out from theirs.
Abantu bagasohoka mu migenzo yayo.
From its customs.
Bagasohoka mu kamenyero kayo.
From the habits of the world.
Bagasigara bakora bavuga bifata nk'uko ijambo ry'Imana rivuga.
They remain, they do, they work according to the principles of God.
Noneho uyu murimo kazarangira utya.
So the work will end in this way.
Page y'ijana na 92 igitabo cy'Ubuhanuzi wa kabiri.
Testimonies volume 2.
Que dirais-je pour éveiller nos églises? Ngire ntengo nkangure, nkore ntengo nkangure, niki navuga ngo nkangure ubwoko bw'amatorero yacu.
What can I say to awake the God's people?
Quelle parole adresser à ceux qui ont joué un rôle important dans la proclamation du dernier message? Niki nakora?
What can I do?
Ngo mbwira bigeze bagira uruhare mu guteza imbere ubutumwa buheruka.
I teach those who have ever had the chance of proclaiming the last message.
Ijwi niringira ngo le Seigneur vient et devrait être le témoignage irlandais, non seulement par les œuvres mais aussi par la vie et le caractère. Nta kindi twakora.
There is nothing you can do.
Kiretse kubwira abantu ngo Yesu araje.
Except other than telling people that Jesus is coming.
Ubuhamya butangwa n'akanwa n'imibereho n'imico.
And it becomes a testimony that is being confirmed by the characters and the voice.
Uko tubayeho, uko tuvuga, uko duteye, byose bikavuga ngo Yesu araje.
The way we are, the way we speak, the way we walk should mention Jesus is coming.
Beaucoup de ceux à qui Dieu a donné la lumière et la connaissance. Umuntu wese uzi ko Imana yamuhaye umukika muhana ubumenyi.
The one who knows that God gave him understanding.
Influence ule mwaye ikamuha imbaraga cyangwa si imbaraga rukuruzi ndetse ikamuha n'ubutunzi.
He gives him wealth and influence.
Abantu bari kubwirwa naba.
Those people who are being mentioned.
Abandi Imana yahaye umucyo.
These are the people who are given light.
N'abandi Imana yahaye ubumenyi.
People who are given knowledge.
N'abantu bakomeye ku isi.
Those are people who are great.
N'abantu batunze ku isi.
Those who have wealth.
Sont des hommes qui n'aiment pas la vérité. Ahubwo nibo basigara abantu badakunda ukuri.
These are the very people who don't like the truth. These are the people who wanted the truth, who should continue. They don't want truth. They don't even practice it.
Baragiye maze banywa bakura umusa nicyo kinyarwanda bukoreshe baranywa bashira inyota ku gikombe cyo kwikunda.
They became egoistic.
Wowe ki baragiye baranywa maze bagira bati
they went in the world and became so egoistic.
Cyo bise kwikubira babaye abahanga baranywa bashira inyota mu birebana n'iki
They became so egoistic.
Edera mondanite baragenda banywa ku by'isi barashira inyota.
They went and drank on the worldlings. Their thirst went away.
Qu'ils sont ivres de soucis de cette vie. None bamaze gusinda amaganya yo muri ubu buzima.
So they are drunk.
Mwakurikiranye neza. Mes frères, si vous continuez à être ainsi indolent, nimukomeze kwa banenganenze mutyo.
If you continue becoming like that, you become the worldlings. You become so egoistic.
Dieu vous laissera certainement de côté. Il prendra ce qui se soucie à moi de même.
God will leave you. Such that he goes to another class who does not mind about itself. Those who mind less about the worldly greatness, those are the very people whom God will use. These are the people who came from the religions, those who came from the world, those who came from the tribal, who are no longer egoistic. They stand in supporting the word of God. When they speak, you see them really they are in it. When they are working, you see that they are doing that. Their characters are showing that. Words, characters are showing that they are people of God. They become a letter that is being read by everyone. In the loud voice, we need to proclaim the third angel's message. We show the sins of the religions that entered during the year 1844, calling multitudes to come out from those very religions. Then they found us in the valley of Zion when we were having our belief. When you have faith, uniting us with God. We have good behaviors, bringing, being loved by people. When we have knowledge, the knowledge that differentiates between that of God and those of the people. When we are temperance in everything. When we are patience in everything. When we love one another. When you love God. And yet we have really good love. Telling everyone that go climb the hill. When you tell someone that he find me here, I will find you in a good place. May God lead us in the name of Jesus.